Why do MS symptoms get worse in hot and cold weather?
Because nature's too generous and because the nervous system changes in response to weather,
Mm,
right? So Ohio is a good place geographically to experience this because in Ohio, in the Midwestern United States, we have four seasons, like four very discrete seasons. And in the summertime, it gets quite warm, so like over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And in the winter, it gets quite cold, below freezing. So a lot of my patients in the winter, when it's cold outside, their spasticity worsens. Spasticity is a situation where opposing muscle groups are not playing together nicely in the sandbox. When
mm,
you're trying to do this, and this muscle has to shorten, this muscle has to relax,
mm,
and your spinal cord tells your tricep to relax. But when you have MS, sometimes the tricep didn't get the memo. So while you're trying to do this, you're also trying to do that at the same time. And then you have a spasm, a cramp, a Charlie horse, etc. Now, spasticity is always worse under two conditions: when you're still, like sleeping or sitting, and number two, when it's cold out. So many of my patients wake up in Ohio in February and they're like Tin Man. They're super
mm,
stiff. And they're really, really stiff and unpleasantly so for the whole winter, right? Because spasticity is worse when it's cold out. Now take that same person, same house in Ohio, and now make it August. It's really hot outside, like 100 degrees in sometimes. And so when patients get overheated, their core body temperature can rise like half a degree, and that runs all the metabolic processes in their body faster. And those areas of damage in their spinal cord can short circuit, and they can see heat-induced fatigue or motor fatigue. So
mm.
that same patient that was stiff in the winter is now floppy in the summer.
Yeah.
And the good news is we can anticipate that and we can use stretching regimens and keeping them warm and baclofen medicines and whatnot to help them in the winter. And then we can use medicines like Ampyra and staying out of the heat and whatnot to deal with the summer. But
Mm.
it's not uncommon that people impacted by MS can have heat sensitivity or cold sensitivity, or more oftentimes both.
Yeah, yeah. So just preparing for that and having some exercises or maybe massage or something to keep you warm, etc., to try to dampen it a bit. Yeah.
That, and then I also feel like a lot of those medicines that I mentioned can also, for some people, be a game changer. So,
Mm,
so the medicine Ampyra, forminopyridine, or delphampridine, or in Europe, Fampyra,
mm,
uh, only works in about a third to half of people that try it. It's a twice a day pill you have to pay for. But when it works, you can get overheated and you don't melt. And so that's
mm.
pretty awesome when it
Wow.
works. So
Yeah.
oftentimes when we give it to someone, and it can take 2 months to figure out if it works, they won't let us take it away. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm not giving this back because I'm really finding value in it. And if they don't have that Lazarus response, it didn't work, and then we stop it.
Okay, great. Thank you.